Hello everyone, my name is ABA Pickle and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Darktide. Today we're going to be talking about the Lasgun. Right here, you can see it is the bread and butter of the Astra Militarium. It is your good old flashlight that actually packs a punch in this game, which I'm very happy about. But we have to keep in mind, even though it's good against heretics, everything else in the Warhammer 40k universe is a walking war crime. So, when talking about this thing, it's important to know that there are three variants of this weapon. There is the Mark 12, there is the Mark 4, and then the MG1A. Now you start off the game here with the MG1A, which I'm glad they do this. So we're going to start off by talking about this. This is the awkward middle child. In terms of damage and rate of fire, it is that little medium. It's really good, really decent damage. You know, doesn't fire too fast, but not too slow. It takes 3 charge away from the magazine every single time it fires. And right now, the one that I have on me has a magazine of 103 charge and 705 in reserve. When it comes to specialists, we're on the Malice difficulty in this Psychanium. And then I'm going to shoot this Trapper here. Takes 2 shots to take it down. When it comes to bombers, same thing. Snipers, 1 shot. And you can kind of just guess, just in general, like if you compare them between all the different specialists, this thing will not kill most of them in 1 shot, but most of the time it will be in 2 or 3 if I can hit all my headshots. So, what do I think of this gun? I feel like if you were to bring it into the different difficulties, definitely gets an A+ or an S tier rating for or all the way up to Heresy, not Damnation. I think that you can get this thing as long as you have a build and an understanding of how this weapon works. This thing will get the job done if you don't have anything better, which honestly, it's hard to do better in my mind. So, moving on, we're going to be going to what my personal preference is. The Mark 12. So this thing has become a fan favorite of the Darktide community, as I've seen people rave about this thing on the Reddit, even in my own comments. This is the slower rate of fire, but higher damage variant of the Lasgun. If you are wanting to get a specialist killer, this is the gun for you. Because, unless it has Carapace armor, this thing will absolutely melt them. You want to do a little test shot here? Trapper. Headshot. 1 shot. Grenadier. Almost a 1 shot. The good old Sniper. I'd be disappointed if it didn't 1 shot. The Hound. If I had shot it in the head, I guarantee you it probably would have 1 shot. We're going to try that again. I missed again. I'm good at this, I swear. Wait for it to lunge back and... Oh no, okay, so it is 2 shots to take out the Hound. But still, 2 shots on the Hound, not that bad. This thing in general is an absolute monster. 1-shotting gunners, left and right. When you go up against, not these two, because Carapace armor makes it a no-no zone, but if you look at this good old Reaper right here, which you'll see a lot of them in Heresy and Damnation especially, and I activate my ability, I do not have the anti-Ogren perk on that the Sharpshooter has at level 30, so I don't have that added 50% damage, but 4 shots with it active. When you have your ability active, every single one of these specialists just absolutely get melted. Carapace armor, once again, becomes the bane of my existence. As you can see, I can keep this volley fire forever build going, which I have a video on that, and I should be putting a tag up right about now on what that build is. This thing right here, overall, is good at taking out the shooters, the ones with guns in their hands, which become a major issue in the higher difficulties because it's a lot of unavoidable damage sometimes, or at least unnecessary damage if you don't take them out quickly. It takes out specialists like it's nobody's business. It can take out Reapers before they even have a chance to melt your team. I would say that for the Bulwark and the Crusher, definitely struggles a little bit more because the Bulwark just in general is annoying, and the Crusher has that Carapace armor which stops the las shots pretty well. My recommendation for those, bring a Power Sword. Power Sword gets through that Carapace armor And while it doesn't, you know, do great, I mean, you can shoot through those things pretty quickly. I mean, in general, that will take care of those crushers pretty well. All you gotta do is switch to the power sword during those times, and then keep your lasgun out for everything else. So, and when dealing with hordes, I would say is another point that the Mark 12 struggles with because it's slow rate of fire. But you're the sharpshooter, you're not meant to be the one taking on hordes. And even if there is a giant horde that you need to help with, switch to your power sword or your chain sword or your chain axe with brutal momentum to help take care of it. Moving on to the third variant, and in my opinion, I'm thinking that is the weakest variant. If you enjoy using this thing, I support you. I am not a huge fan of it. I used to be, but you know, as I started playing in the higher difficulties, I realized this thing started faltering at Heresy and Damnation. Definitely for Malice, I definitely think this thing can take care of you and make sure that your team stays safe. As you can see from the footage here, you trigger that ability and you can clear the room of gunners, or well, the shooters as they call them in this game. Anyone with a gun in their hand. And you can keep on refreshing your timer. As long as you know that it takes 2 shots to kill some of the mobs and you just double tap, then you can have fun with this gun. It's not horrible, but as soon as you get to like that Damnation Heresy, the damage leaves something to be desired. You guys saw it took 4 shots to take down the Reaper. We're about the same distance away. We're going to activate the ability. Same setup, different gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 18 shots to the head for that Reaper. That is 4 times the amount, almost 5 times the amount of shots it took. Now, that leaves something to be desired for your heavy Ogrins, which is why I don't think that the Mark IV is meant for that. And that's okay. I think this thing could melt your specialists, like your trappers. If you fire as fast as you can get rid of it just as quick as the Mark 12. With hordes, it's a lot better because you have that faster rate of fire, and it's really good at close range to medium range. Meanwhile, the Mark 12 is better at that medium to long range. Same with the 1A. Again, it struggles against carapace armor. That is a thing consistent through all lasguns in general. You will struggle against maulers if you're trying to shoot them in the head, but if you shoot them in the chest, you can actually deal some damage to them. And eventually, you can actually burn a hole in their armor. And you can actually get through, and as long as you can get that pinpoint accurate, the hitbox is a little weird, but sometimes you can get better damage in on that. So if I were to rank these things like an S through D rating scale like I did with my tier list, I definitely would put the Mark 12 as an S. The 1A as... I would even put that one as an S, honestly, because I think it's just as strong as the Mark 12 as long as you fire it faster and can hit your shots. And the Mark 4, I'd put like an A-, B+ area, just because that damage fall off is just a little bit too much, especially with against like the Reapers, which you're going to see more of those Ogrins in the higher difficulties. And I think that causes it to struggle just a little bit. But if you did learn something new about the Lasgun variants, or you have some opinions on them that didn't agree with mine, definitely put them down below. I definitely am always willing to have constructive criticism on all these guns. I love just culminating all the information. If I missed something, please make me aware of it. I love to like I said, I don't know everything about this game. Maybe there's something I missed about the Mark IV. Maybe there's something I'm missing or overestimating for the Mark 12. So if you have your own opinions, put them down in the comments. I read every single one of them and try to respond to them as much as I can. My name is ABA Pickle, and if you love everything Warhammer 40k, this channel is being taken over by that universe and everything about it. We have a playthrough for Warhammer 40k Space Marine with our good friend Lumberjerks. He's helping commentate through it. Going up on Saturday, every Saturday. And I hope you guys enjoy that. I had a lot of fun recording that. But my name is ABA Pickle. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed and comment your thoughts down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!